Hello and welcome to Give and Take, the Virtues in Life. And today's topic is Beyond Books. And we have a wonderful guest who is all the way in India, in Gujarat, near Rajasthan, where I go all the time when I go to India. And he's going to tell us all about Beyond Books. So welcome. Please introduce yourself and tell us what it is you do and where you're from. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me over here. It's a pleasure to be a part of this show. My name is Husen Sayyad. I'm from Gujarat. I'm an educator. I have started my journey long back when I was 17, and the journey has started in a different way when I could not pass one of the highest examination of India. That
Okay.
was the 12th grade board examination.
Hmm.
And then I have realized that things are not that way, the way I was thinking that should be. So after that, it has been a long journey as a student, as a learner, I can say, more than a student. And then I got into teaching. And then since then, I was thinking why the education or the learning system should go with books only,
Hmm.
because when you have the limitation with the books, you can learn things but you cannot experience things.
Hmm.
So the beyond books has come up with the idea, when you start thinking beyond books, and it will make you a better learner and
Hmm.
learner for life. Yeah, the experiences which you're going to get will be like amazing in your real life, and for futuristic things also. There are a
Hmm.
lot of things. I can say the whole concept has started long back, but recently we have started our own center on 20th of October. It is located in my hometown, and we are planning to bring it all over the world. So
Beautiful.
this is just a
Excellent.
start.
Yeah, so I want to just pause there for a second and I want to just show the logo, the Beyond Books logo. So there it is, Beyond Books Learning Center. Now, I just want you to we're going to keep the image there. I want you to talk us through that because you said the logo will give us the answer to what Beyond Books is all about. And I'm seeing there's all these
Yes.
characters. So you want to just walk us through it?
Okay. First of all, you can see a book, like there are so many spells are getting out of that. You can see it like a magic book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the real magic of learning, if you see when they go beyond books, the imagination. One can be a writer, you can see the alphabet. One can
Yes.
be a mathematician, you can see even the golden ratio symbol over there. You
Yes.
can see the atom symbol over there. You can see art symbol over there, music symbol over there. So it is
And I see
not
the peace
just
sign.
one thing.
I see the peace
Yeah, it
sign,
is in
yeah.
the center. It is in
Lovely.
the center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So when we talk about sustainable development goals, it's all about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody is eligible, somebody can do things by themselves, they are really being successful. I can say the success is not about achieving a position or
Right.
getting money.
Uh-huh.
Success is beyond your that money or your power. Success
Mm.
is with the peace of mind. That is why
Right.
we have kept peace symbol in the center.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Exactly,
why
peace
we
of
have
mind. Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah.
and I like
So
that. So my thought goes to when you say beyond books, it's like the book comes alive beyond. It's not doesn't just
yes.
stay on the pages. You make the pages come live, right? So that's the beyond books. That's what I see.
Actually, it's more than that also,
Okay.
because at schools, students are given the restrictions with the books, especially textbooks,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't get opportunity to do the things or do things by themselves. Either the teachers are doing the experiments or they're creating things.
Right.
And I was visiting one of the shop of my friend, and when I got over there, the parents were coming over there to the parents are buying there or the parents are preparing them. So the idea is when the students are getting in that kind of projects, they can come to our center, they can create them by themselves, and then they can submit it to the schools. That will give them the actual hands-on activity idea. Another thing, Beyond Books is having a lot of services. Like the important part is foundation. When we talk about foundation in India, what people ask me, okay, they talk about either engineering foundation or medical science foundation. So this is
Okay.
the silly part because the foundation starts from the preschool.
Right.
Okay, and to them, it starts at 13 or 14. And I
Oh.
was telling them, okay, it's not that. Our
Uh-huh.
foundation is a when the students they find like there is a child who is finding it hard for them, his or him or his like difficulties in mathematics. So we are going to take the child at the center. We're not going to use any textbook. We're just going to use the activities and some of the worksheets, specially created worksheets for 1 week to 6 weeks. Okay, and we are going to just give the remedies of learning. This is what I call as foundation. Okay,
Okay.
so we have planned and prepared those things. Another thing I have added in that, like English coaching. Most of the people in my state, they don't know English much. The ratio is around 7.2% people in my state, they know English. Even I
Wow,
was
that's low.
yeah, 7.2%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very low. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I have started, I studied for 12 years in Gujarati medium, like in the regional language. I have never got the exposure to the English language, but due to some practices and my teachers, they supported me. I learned that, and with practices, I got the command over the language. So the patterns I have prepared is like from my self experience. So I'm teaching spoken English, like how people can speak in English, how they can utilize it as one of the international language. It is like wherever you go, if you know any international language, it is easy for you to communicate with people. So
Right.
this is one of the program which we are bringing. It is also based on the practices, and we are not using books for anything. Yeah.
Right.
But when it comes with the books, we are having the books like story books. We are having the books like novels, poems. Nowadays, I have seen there are lesser people, those who know poem writing. It is like this art is almost getting destroyed. I have
Right.
seen rappers, I have seen lyricists, but I don't see sonnets. I don't see haikus.
Right.
I think the Indian type of poetry, we are also having a lot of different kind in the poems, but nowadays they are almost gone. So this art is like there are a lot of arts. So
Right.
when it comes to performing art or the writing art or like different arts, so beyond books is like that. When things go beyond books, you will start working on four things. uh, um, One of my colleague, I can say Guy, Tracy Hansen, she works with the metrics of a learner. And while we were discussing, we have realized we are working on the same concept. And there are four things which we both are working on the same thing. Like with Beyond Books also and metrics of a learner, it's like creative thinking, critical
Right.
thinking, problem solving, and brainstorming. These four elements are the most important elements which we are supposed to bring to any person. It's
Right.
not just the student. If
So,
they know creative thinking, yes.
so Vahid, I want to just say, because on the last interview we had Tracy, and so I just want to talk about how the two of you connected and how that you're using that component, because she's part of NGGE, which is the NGGE, and so Matrix of a Learner is a component of NGGE. So I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Um, I'm in touch with Tracy for like almost 3 years or more
Okay.
than that. I'm not
Okay.
sure how much. But we got in touch on Facebook. I was following some of the educators, and with that, I got in touch with her. And while discussing, like my first thought when I have started talking with her, I was thinking before that, I'm telling you seriously, before that, I was thinking the problems in the education system I'm facing, it's in India only. Okay. But when I got to talk with her, I understood it's all over the world. And when she expressed the thing, and then from that day, I became global educator from the Indian educator. I used to work a lot, but I have never thought of that because I was just thinking surrounding me and my school. I worked with the school on the higher positions,
Right.
like principal, or I was working in the technical campus. I was the campus coordinator. There
Mm-hmm.
were around 3,000 students and 250 faculty members, educators were there, and I was the one who was taking care of all the things over there. So during that time, or while taking care of the schools or younger kids, I was a principal also, uh, and trainer. So I have realized that thing. There are issues, but after talking with Tracy, I came to know this is the global issue.
Right.
And the interesting part, when we have started talking, uh, the thing was I was trying to learn something from her. So I was trying to remember her things. Okay, but the funny part was that metrics of a learner, they don't ask you to remember things. Okay, you just need to experience them and you will go through that because it's
Experiencing.
the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, experiencing the things.
Experience is
And
important. It's one thing to get the
in June,
knowledge, but it's another thing to actually
yeah,
experience whatever knowledge you get. Just 1 minute, Vahid. I want to see some of the images that we spoke about. So we're going to see that on the screen now. So we've got one here. Looks like that was the grand opening of Beyond Books, where it has the like the, what do you call it
yes,
now?
it
The
was.
yes. I'm trying to think. My brain has gone frozen brain there. Um, like the rosary, not the rosary. It doesn't matter, Cicely. So the next image, please. Okay, this is nice. It's showing all different hands writing, making a globe. I like that.
Yes.
Who did that? Was that one of the participants, or did you get that made by somebody? Did you have it commissioned? It's a
Uh,
very good.
Actually, I have got this image online. This images I have put at the center on the
Okay,
walls.
okay, very
Different images
nice.
are there. So as we are part of STEAM education, and
Right.
in STEAM we are going global, and as I follow SDGs, like so I need to know that. And the best thing I love, the best part in this image, you can see there is a butterfly,
Okay, all right. So there's a couple more
and
images. I think we have.
this butterfly is specifically dedicated to Tracy.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, nice. So
so
now we've got the peace sign here. Next one.
yeah,
We're just going to go through
yeah.
all of them now. Very nice. Now we're seeing an image of. Is this like the place where you are? It's got all the. It looks like games and books and all different things.
Yes, we this is the office setup for the Beyond Books. We have two classes right now
Okay.
and one office. Okay, so in office we have kept all these things available, like brain games and all these things, and also some of the materials. So when the students are coming over to the center, they don't need to go to find out things outside. Okay, it will be easily available for them. They can choose, actually. They
Right.
can choose, they can decide, and they can go with what they want to learn. So it will be the actual freedom. You can imagine, like there will be one more image you will see. when our colleague was doing some of the practicals and kids were
Right.
around him.
Uh-huh.
I was
So that
taking
was
the
a
photograph
garland.
and
I was trying to remember the name. It's
yeah,
a garland. Oh my goodness. It's like, I think we maybe have like maybe two or three more images. Okay, this looks like the launch where it has the table and it has the big sign Beyond Books. And it looks like there's a lot of
yeah,
children there. Can we see the
yeah.
next
The
image?
kids,
Another one, yep.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The kids were experiencing.
Uh-huh.
We have given them some of the things or some of the practical experience, so they were
Nice.
enjoying it. Not only the students but the parents.
Okay,
There
that's
were
important.
the elder, like yeah, grandparents were also there, and they were enjoying that
Great.
because there were small things like the routine material that
Uh-huh.
you can use in utilize in a different way. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they can see the science behind that. They can see the physics behind that. They can see the
Right.
art behind that. So we have got all these things on that day. It was like a 2 hours program. In
Mm-hmm.
that introduction of Beyond Books, then the services about Beyond Books, and then we had a whole like more than 1 hour. We were with the practical experiences,
Right.
and everybody was so happy. Yeah, they were enjoying this.
So we were talking about STEAM earlier. So you're saying there is a STEAM component to, meaning science for those who may not know. It's science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths. Sometimes it's called STEM, which arts is not in there, but they added the A later to add the arts because that's important, and then the maths. So that's STEAM. So tell us how you're using STEAM with the Beyond Books.
Can you see I have got a bigger smile with that word? Why? Because when you say art, I'm one of the person who believes there is art in everything,
Yes.
whether there is physics, science, whatever,
It's an art,
whatever
isn't it? It's
it
an
is.
art. Yes.
Yeah, it's an
Uh-huh.
art.
It's an
So
art.
I just when it has come to us starting the center, first thing we were having in our mind is like STEM.
Uh-huh.
And I said, why STEM? We must have A with that. If you are without A, you cannot complete it
Right.
because the creative thinking it comes with that A. Without that, you cannot complete these four components: creative thinking, critical thinking, problem solving, and brainstorming. So when I talk about same science, technology, engineering, art, and math, the important part is like smaller kids they never get chance to visit any science lab.
Right.
They get a lot of toys. I can give you the example of my nephew.
Uh-huh.
He is 8 years old, and he tries to find out what is inside in the car, a remote control car. What is inside that? So he
Oh,
breaks that out. Okay,
good.
with the speakers, he just opens that.
Good.
So when I got him over there, he was so happy. Both of them were like, "Oh wow, my younger nephew, he is full of stories. He has created his own world of Jurassic. Yeah, dinosaurs,
I
Jurassic
thought that's
Park.
what you
He
said,
has,
Jurassic. Yeah. Uh-huh. So he's got his own
yeah,
Jurassic Park, huh?
yeah.
Very
Even
good.
he has given his own name, and he's just 6 years. And I can see that
Excellent.
creativity in the children,
Uh-huh.
and I see that creativity in every child. So when it comes with the same, I can say that the children will get the experience. They will know actual science or
Right.
working things. They will know the calculations, the mathematics. They will know
Right.
the technology which is used there. They will understand every single thing. I can give you an example. Like if I'm having any problem in my power supply, I need to call an electrician because I don't know how the city's electricity works in the city's pattern. Okay, I don't know the parallel connection. I don't know the city's connection.
Right.
So if a child who is six, like 7, 8 years old, we are telling them, showing them how it works and how they can make the series our parallel connection. Do you
Uh-huh.
think will they need anybody in future?
Right.
accept the huge work, the smaller works like plumbing things. We get crazy if a tap start dropping. We cannot fix it because we don't know how to use any tool.
Right. It's also a
So
safety
the
issue.
yeah,
Yes, a safety issue as well.
yeah. So when they get it with them, they learn things by themselves. They will be independent in future.
Right.
Plus, in addition, I can say they will learn some of the skills, so that might be helpful for them to go ahead in the career also,
Right.
wherever they are interested. And art, art is like heart of everything.
Yeah.
And when
That's a
at my place,
creativity. Art is the
yeah,
creative piece to it. Yes.
when it comes to my place, when people talk about outdoor activities, parents go with two things only, either dance, okay, or sports. Okay, but there are a lot of forms of art. Okay, there are indoor arts also. You can see handicraft work in India. They are amazing. Okay, so there are a lot of things you can see. There are a lot of things in India which are like unbelievable. And I see and I find that whenever it is related with art, you can see the most varieties in India. But nowadays the arts are getting lost, uh, especially handicrafts and all that. So we are trying to bring students back into the original things that they can understand, they can learn, they can follow them, and they can. I'm not asking anybody to be the superior to somebody, but
Right.
at least you should know uh, what you can do. If you don't
Equally.
have the freedom,
Equally.
yeah, if you
So
don't
what
have
I
the freedom,
right. So what I saw was, I attended a retreat in France, a Ubuntu retreat, and Ubuntu is it's an African term, and it means I am because we are. So when I saw that picture, you're saying the grandparents were there, parents were there, children there. That's Ubuntu. So everybody together as a community, becoming
yeah,
learners, becoming educators, and learners, and vice versa. So we're learning all the time, we're teaching, and we're also learning. And so
learn.
that's what it should all be about. It shouldn't be that it's just one way. It should be that learning, that give and take of learning and expressing and experiencing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. In Beyond Books, we have a few more concepts. Like one of them is teaching the parents and counseling the parents. Like why teaching the parents? What happened in India? Like when parents find the child cannot read or cannot calculate, they send them to a tuition class.
Yes.
You know the tuition class? It's like extra
Tuition. Yeah.
classes after
Yeah.
school.
Right.
Okay, the child is going to the school for 6 hours and they're going to the coaching center for 2 more hours.
Oh, goodness.
So the
Torture.
mini, yeah, it's a torture. Uh, what we are doing is like we are teaching parents
Uh-huh.
that they can take care of their kids at home.
Yes.
As they are facing problem with English, we are having special classes for mothers that they can learn English and they can easily teach their kids at home. So we are trying to be the support system or
Yes.
alternate support system for the education that will support the educator. Also for the schools, we are giving the training programs for the teachers, like in-house training programs. We can go to the schools and we can guide their teachers. And if the teachers, those who need our uh, services, we are
Right.
going to train them and we are also going to place them because as I'm part of some of other organizations, my special job, you can say, or my role, they have given me of placement. they asked me to conduct the interviews. Like I'm being the educational HR, you can say that.
Yes, okay.
So I have to take care. Yeah, so I need to take care of that. I take interviews. I find out the better candidates. I
Right.
train them. I
Uh-huh.
let them be the teachers. So now we have started that as a part of services. So whenever the teachers are there, we
Uh-huh.
can guide them,
So Vahid,
and
we're
we can
coming.
also have.
I'm sorry, Vahid. We're coming to the end of the interview. It's gone very quickly. I just want you to briefly just talk about where anyone can find you, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, social media, that kind of thing. Where could they find Vahid and Beyond Books?
Um, we have a small page on Facebook right now.
Okay,
We have an Insta page also of Beyond Books 10,
okay,
10, and one page of Beyond Books on Facebook. I have my personal page also available, Wahid Hussain Sayyad on Facebook. And if you want, you can catch me on LinkedIn with the same name.
okay.
Okay, so
Also, I have
I'll
to
be
look for you
available.
there now. I have to look for you on
Yeah.
LinkedIn now. I think that's the only place I'm not connected with you is on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yes,
So, and feel free to know things. Feel free to get to know a lot more about Beyond Books, and
yes. Great concept.
keep reading, keep learning,
Uh-huh.
and go. Let your imagination go beyond books.
Right, right, exactly. So, anyway, we're at the end of the show, Vahid. So, thank you for your time. There is a
Thank
there's a
you.
bit of breaking up in the interview, but it's okay. We've got the essence, and that's what we should do. We want to capture everything, but that's not possible, as we can see, especially with technology. But we were able to get the essence of the interview. So, I want to thank you for coming on. And now I have
Thank you
to
so much.
end by thanking the viewers for watching. So thank you, Vahid. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to thank the viewers. So, to the wonderful viewers, your level of consciousness is the gateway to the future. Thank you.